We've got one game down, and we've got 7 more games to go today. So, Washington must have somehow heard about my video, I guess. I don't know. There's the weird part. Washington didn't play a particularly great game today, but when they needed a goal, they got it. So, as a Pittsburgh fan, you might be able to come out of today saying, Jari's the better goaltender. I could understand that because, okay, we'll get to it. Crosby had 71 points in 50 career regular season games against the Washington Capitals. Ovechkin, 59 points in 57 career games during the regular season against Pittsburgh. And Crosby would get on the board. Ovechkin doesn't, but I think Ovechkin's okay with it. Now, early on, Jacob Vrana gets a goal at 6 minutes and 12 seconds. And the Capitals looked pretty good. They did. They looked pretty good early. Murray made the save, and then Pettersson crashed into his own net. So Vrana was aided by Pettersson. It wouldn't be the only time a player accidentally helps a team score on his own team. Not in this game. And I thought this was the best the Caps had looked in weeks. I was like, all right, they're back. Here we go. The Capitals are... nope. The Penguins have been stuck on one shot at the 9-minute mark. They'd been icing the puck a few times at that point. But again, there's a nope in here. Things were getting physical. It felt like the playoffs. Holtby denied Crosby, and the shots were evening up. And they wouldn't just even up. The Penguins would end up ahead of them by the end of that period. Wilson takes a penalty. Penguins get a power play. In the last minute, the Penguins get another power play. And then Dillon and Malkin decided to have it out at the buzzer. So Brendan Dillon, if he wants to be beloved by Washington fans and by his teammates, by all means, drop the gloves with Evgeny Malkin. That's a good start. Second period, Holtby robbed Hornqvist early, but the Caps have been stuck on 5 shots since early-ish in the first period. They had no shots in 16 minutes. Capitals get a power play. The best chance on that was a shorthanded 2-on-1 for the Penguins, which was defended well by Carlson and then Eller coming back to try to break things up as well. So good defense by the Capitals there. The momentum, though, was all in favor of the Penguins, especially after that penalty kill. They had one shot in 20 minutes, Washington being they, and they were relying a lot on Holtby. Not for long. Hornqvist scores from Letang and Malkin at 14:47. And I thought that should wake up the Caps. And while I'm writing it down, Pittsburgh scored again. So it's Crosby from Zucker and Pettersson at 15 minutes and 13 seconds. Although, to be fair, that was TJ Oshie's goal. Yeah, I went in off Oshie. So it's one of those ones that you can look back on and say, well, at least he's coming back. But it went off him into the net. McCann nearly made it 3-1, and I thought the Capitals really needed that break at the second period to end so they can get a bit of a break in the locker room so the coach can yell at him a bunch. Late power play for the Penguins. So 2 periods in a row, the Penguins get a late power play. They don't score on that. Third period, early. Wilson scores from Backstrom at 1 minute and 16 seconds. So in my news video, I said they're going to have to be awake for more than 5 minutes of the game, and they woke up in the third period. The shots were still, though, almost 2-1 in favor of the Penguins. They'd almost doubled the Capitals in shots at that point. But Hagelin would score from Eller and Carlson at 4:41, and suddenly it's 3-2 with 2 goals in a little over 3 minutes. The Capitals are ahead. Holtby stopped Schultz, but this isn't over. Rust with a nice play at center ice. Malkin then goes forehand, backhand, forehand. One of those plays that your pure goal scorers can do, and Malkin does it, and he gets a goal for it. So we're tied. So this is where I'm kind of expecting Pittsburgh to take over again. And yet, Oshie scores from Vrana at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. And that was 3 goals for the Capitals on what was 9 shots to that point in the period. And of those goals, I'm going to say 2 of them I thought Murray probably should have had. But I'm going to say this as well in Murray's defense. There wasn't a defense in front of him on some of those plays. Pittsburgh, if you can pick up a defenseman at the deadline, might be an okay idea. So Crosby broke his stick. He goes to the bench. And this is one of those things where you understand he's really angry in the moment, but it looks kind of funny after because he smacked it, and then he snapped it over his knee like, it's not broken, break it. So he broke his stick. He wasn't happy with it. I don't know if it was the stick's fault. I don't know if it started the fight, but Crosby finished it. Holtby then stopped both Brandon Tanev and Sidney Crosby. They kept trying to go short side on Holtby. And when you try the same shot over and over and over again, you're kind of making it easier on the goaltender because he knows where you're going with it. They do pull the goalie with 1:50 left. And you guys know what happens when that happens. Carl Hagelin scores his second of the game. That's an empty netter. And it's his 100th career goal, which is why he gets into the 3 stars. I know they're not written there. I got them right here. Hagelin from Backstrom and Oshie at 19 minutes and 13 seconds. Washington gets their first win in a bit here. They go back into first place in the division. For Pittsburgh, this is the 3rd straight defeat. And for Pittsburgh, they are going to need to think about what they have to do tomorrow or later today. We'll see if Jim Rutherford works the phones. Murray saved 18 out of 22. I didn't think it was his greatest game. Holtby saved 33 out of 36. I thought he played well. Your 3 stars are Oshie, Hagelin, and John Carlson, who gets on the board today. And while, again, I don't think he gets to 100 points, he should still hit 90 or 95 and has a good shot at getting the Norris Trophy this year. The shots, speaking of shots, 8-6 Pittsburgh in the first, 10-5 Pittsburgh in the second, and 18-12 Pittsburgh in the third. Final shots 36-23 in a game. Pittsburgh probably deserved a better fate, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, doesn't matter. You have to be lucky to be good to be lucky, and today the Capitals were kind of sort of both. Power plays, Pittsburgh goes 0 for 3, and the Washington Capitals go 0 for 1. So they didn't need special teams, and they didn't need a goal from Ovechkin, and they get 5 goals. So again, like I said, it felt like in previous games they were just trying to get Ovechkin to that 700. Now that's done, and maybe the Capitals get back to the task at hand. Win the division, and do your best to not win the President's Trophy. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this game. There are 2 more games starting now, and so we'll see how those go, and I will do our review for all the rest of the games all as one video later tonight. So I'm not going to do a bunch more broken up like this one. This one was easy to do broken up because there was nothing else on at the same time, and I can do this review before everything else gets started. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Yeah, the Capitals are back, and I did wear a Capitals jersey this morning when I got up. Not that there's any proof of it. But hey, I had a feeling the Capitals kind of sort of had to win this one. And we'll see whether or not they can maintain this and get some momentum and get really back into the groove. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.